very, very strong with my vision. And
yours is completely different. But that's what I'm saying. I actually found myself going.
They had buskers this year.
Oh, there's not even any parking here. I don't even like it. Where's the shuttle bus?
I'm getting a shuttle bus.
Did you say there's a bar? Are you allowed to say that?
No, we've canned it as of yesterday because it's $117 an hour for special event police, and I would probably need about 5 of them a day.
I reckon we could find a sponsor for that.
Who?
All the alcoholics I know. Wristbands.
What?
Everyone chucks in at least $30, and there's 50 people that can only drink out of this little bar.
With 5 weeks to actually, it's under 5. Oh my God, I'm having.
You're talking about alcoholics.
I'm having a meltdown.
On the
actually,
day.
thinking about it's under 4 weeks. I do not have time to sit here and podcast with you.
All right, calm down, all right?
Yeah, and then Friday we're doing stand up for domestic violence after a few tragic events when you were gone. That's really highlighted how prevalent it is in our society. So you're coming along, yeah?
Yep. All right.
Hey, what?
I saw all this bad news from Japan. And as you know, as everyone knows, I don't watch the news anymore, right? So I was looking at it going, that was definitely a horrible scene. Mm-hmm. Particularly Tara's case. I don't know her last name, can't remember. But she was a friend of a friend, apparently, okay? So I looked right into what actually happened on the road, and I don't even want to really talk about it. But my question is to you, okay? It's out there. Do you reckon you know anyone, any couples that it might be happening to? Because I don't think I do. And I couldn't tell you the last time I have.
Yeah, no. Yeah. I thought about it. It's especially now doing this thing on Friday. I was like, because I've been asked, what are your thoughts about it? Has it affected you? Da 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 da. Yeah, no, I thought about that.
I've always seen people that are too drunk or too on some sort of drug like ice or something that that shit happens at those times when people are just stupid. But other than that, I couldn't.
Not normally under the influence of anything. When I'm pissed, everyone
gets mouthy and hot.
Yeah, yeah. But no, I don't believe I do.
No. But
you would think that I am looking at my lips today. Far out. Maybe that's. I went to get coffee this morning, and I swear. And even last night I had to go and get meat and a few vegetables. And I was walking around going, oh, my God. And then I had to stop at the lights and I was on the phone to my girlfriend and I'm like, oh, my God, even the guy next to me in the car's looking at my lips.
Right, concerned for your welfare, following you home. I'll get him. I'll sort this out.
No, I don't believe it. I know anyone that's affected by it, but.
I'm freaked out by it. Like the thought that like where I was in Japan, you can hear the neighbours. You can hear everyone around because they're sort of just beside you.
Yeah.
Like a normal, even when I lived in Sydney, terrace houses, you can hear the neighbours. It's a really nice thing. You can smell their cooking. You kind of get this feeling that everyone's pretty cool. But if you do hear a nutcase down there, you go, whoa. So imagine how frightening it would be in our situation where we've got a house, maybe on a 2-acre property, and the dude is an alcoholic and he's an asshole and they had this fight. And they, and he hit her once, but now that's the new level. That's the kind of how I could picture these horrible things happening. So that every time they get drunk and wasted, their level of fighting is at this crazy and horrible thing. And it is domestic violence. And, now that couple is in that world. Is this a really heavy podcast?
Yeah.
I haven't slept. I barely slept last night. It was a horrible night.
Well, let's talk about the ride we're going on. I really need to investigate if women can go. It's called the Gentleman's. I only thought of that this morning, but I did ask him if I could go, and he's like, yeah, if you can find someone to get on the back of.
Yeah.
Straight away I thought of you. That came out wrong.
You have to wait your turn, baby. There's lots of babies.
Someone I can go on the back of their bike with is probably more appropriate. And
come on, well, it was a pretty funny story. When I saw you yesterday, for the first time in 6 weeks. You went, Drew, this great thing just happened. Oh my God. So tell me that again. I love it.
What?
I thought it was just a great, cool bit of coincidence. It all just, and you met Bruce.
Yeah, well, as I do, I get in trouble all the time for just stopping on the side of the road and speaking to randoms and picking randoms up. But this guy looked really cool, and he was. I can tell it. I bet you any money he's a Virgo, because he was standing there. All the new turf had been laid. You know where it is on the corner now?
Yeah, I do.
Next to Mount Muji.
There was a boat shop there a long time ago.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, they sold boats.
So he's just laid the turf, right? And it's how he was standing back. He's sort of standing back going, yeah.
Checking it out like
that
a Virgo.
Really good.
That brick is shitting me right now. I've got to move that.
And then he had these cool drums, like petrol drums.
Yeah.
And, it sort of oozed bar. It oozed like, this is going to be something fucking cool this guy's doing.
Yeah.
I really need to be the first person to know about this.
Yeah.
So I stopped the car and was like a big stalker lady and walked in. And I'm like, and he's quite hot. He's like, probably
like rustic.
Probably, yeah.
Wind is blowing through his hair.
No, he's got dreadlocks, and I love dreadlocks.
They smell.
Got a soft spot for dreadlocks.
Smell like cheese and weed. No?
I don't know. I didn't get that close to him.
What were his hands like?
I don't know, Drew.
Big veins?
Anyway, you want me to tell the story? Stop it. So I'm like, walked up the driveway. Hey, how you going? I'm Cindy and I'm just being a sticky beak. What are you doing here? And he's like, It was all a bit awkward. Yeah. Long story short, he's doing this really cool, he's got a T-shirt business, a brand. Yeah. And it's to do with motorbikes. And he's opening this, he's going to hopefully have it as a bar, but he's just going to do coffee, another coffee place in Currumbin, right? Yeah. Like we need any more. But hey.
Isn't it Iron and Resin?
Ironandresin.com. Check it out.
Yeah. But
cool brand.
But maybe you don't understand the significance. His name's Bruce. Do you remember his last name?
No.
Okay. I've heard of him through someone else. He's the Aussie commentator for the Worldwide Nitro Circus tour. Okay,
yes. And he leaves in a couple of weeks to go over to Vegas. And I'm like, I could come too.
So let's think about him for a minute.
Okay,
he knows a lot about bikes, and he knows so much about bikes and tricks that he can commentate and talk about all that sort of stuff. He's well connected with that's a multi-million-dollar show. That's like a big day out that travels the world.
Right.
And with monster trucks and all this sort of stuff, it's a big dollar deal. And he's an Aussie from Currumbin who has come back going, I want to do this. And it sounds like there's a company in Sydney called Deus that just went, we want to not be like a Harley shop. We want to be like the cool hipster bikes, like, I don't mean hipster in a bad way in this case, like bikes that aren't Harleys. You're not trying to be a wife basher looking, dude. It's a whole different era now, right? So cool old bikes. He's organised this gentleman's ride, hasn't he? Where everyone wears a suit or a tuxedo. You want to look sharp. You want to look good.
It's a worldwide thing. Same day, 27th of September, and they raise money for. He said it raised over $1 million last year. Yeah. I don't know if that was their arm, but he's doing it this year and going to coincide. So after the ride, they all head back to the shop, and that's his grand opening.
It's great. I love Currumbin right now.
Right. And I'm like, hey, dude, like that looks like it's a stage there you've built. What is it? And he's like, I don't know what it was, but yeah. I'm like, do you need music for this like open day? He's like, but and I'm like, I'll sort it. I'll just get on the phone. I've got someone perfect in mind. I was thinking of Kenny Slide, right? Ring Kenny. How you going? Slide guitar. He does the harmonica.
Got the look.
He's got the look. He's just done Darwin. I know he's,
Yep. I thought of him right now as you said that.
Yeah. And I've rung him up. I've told him, sold it. He's in it.
I'm turn your mic down because you're yelling at me. I like it.
I'm really loud, am I? I'm just loud
Keep going.
And I'm like, get off the phone. It's all sorted, mate. And he's like, wow, fabulous. I'm like, he's going to fit perfect. Like, he looks like a bikie, Kenny.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
So it's all sorted.
Brilliant.
Kenny Slide will be
It is
down
brilliant.
there. Yeah.
So I'm getting my old Vespa out. And so going back to your question.
When you said you had an old bike, I'm just like, yeah, cool. And now it's a scooter?
You don't understand. No,
How can we go on a scooter with a bunch of bikies?
This is a 2-stroke, 150cc, 1962 black Vespa with white wall tyres.
I've got a black one of those cool bikey helmets.
Yeah, good. Bring it.
Yeah, but
Bring it.
honestly,
My bike, I'll bet you, if it isn't in the top 15 coolest bikes there, they're all a bunch of wankers and I hate them. No, it's a great bike.
so we got to wear suits. We got to,
Yeah. Look sharp. You should dress up like go for the 60s sort of pin-up girl. I don't know how you're going to ride on the back of a scooter. Right.
60s pin-up girl.
Yeah, like think of like sort of put your hair up in a bit of a beehive.
Wow.
That sort of stuff.
How
you know
am I going to wear a helmet with a beehive?
Think hipsters, but think mods and rockers,
How on earth am I going to do that, Drew?
That's your deal. I don't know. You're a woman. You
No,
sort that stuff out.
I'll have hat hair.
I walk
I'll have
around
helmet
with a dick.
hair. I'll have helmet hair.
You've got your own problems.
No, I can't do that.
I know. Style your hair as a helmet and no, you won't even have to wear a helmet. Ideas, man. Yeah? Straps?
Oh, you got me worried now. I really do have to think about this. It's all
You're
about
in Currumbin
fashion.
anyway. You can just skip home and come back.
Hey,
Fabo.
I could wear my Buskers by the Creek shirt. It's black.
Yep.
That's bad. Cross promotion. I was thinking, could we have a Buskers by the Creek flag hanging off the back of the bike?
Could do.
That's bad. That's cross
Yeah,
promotion.
get caught in the wheel. All sorts of stuff happen. Hey, I saw that in Coolangatta. And I was really cool about it. This guy had a girl on the back and she had it was like a wedding, sort of lots of lace. They didn't know. They pulled up at the lights. It was actually shooting.
No, it didn't.
It was
It
sort
went
of
in the
hanging.
bikes.
No, but I'd seen it on YouTube. A girl getting totally sucked into the
No.
tire and like a whole dress ripped off, but just skimmed across at 100 kilometers an hour.
No.
But I went, oi, and I ran across like 20 meters to stop them because they were just about to take off. And he looked down and I could see it in his eyes. He was like, oh, thank you, mate. And the chick's just on the back, just to, who would know that? But yeah.
Who would wear a
Felt
skirt
great.
on a bike?
Hot chicks looking for trouble. There's bad boys out there. So that's going to be fun.
That's next Friday, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really excited.
It's not a scooter.
Huh?
It's not a scooter.
It is a scooter.
It's a good bike.
How's it going to look next to a Honda Rebel? Like, it's going to look like a scooter.
No. I
That's
saw that.
my
Well, look at
dream
the
bike.
website. It's things like cool postie bikes and just
right.
old school
Okay.
classics. Yeah, no one wants to look like a
fabulous.
fat bikey. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah,
it's
right.
Another land. It's rock and roll.
Yeah, okay.
Not James Dean rock and roll. It's more like, yeah, I've got this shit postie, but I put white wall tires on
Fabulous.
it, and I've got a suit. I look cool.
Well, I can't believe, 'cause
UK, not you, America.
while I was in there talking to him, I'm like, hey, you know what else? This is like going to bring back the outdoor. Remember back in the day where every pub had a beer garden?
Yes.
Like, where can you go now? Surf clubs? Nothing. There's no beer
Smoking.
gardens anymore, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like standing to him going, this is cool. Like, we can get the tavern involved, have Sunday afternoon sessions, outdoor in the commercial area. I reckon it's perfect.
I reckon it's great. It really, 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 really is perfect.
Yeah. And he's cool.
Yeah. And he sounds like he's got a little bit of money to play with to make it great for himself. Like, that's what it sounds like. I'm coming back to Australia. I'm going to set up my own shop exactly the way I want it. He's probably copying something he's seen overseas, as most people do, right?
And you know what I loved? He said to me, I'm doing all this myself, it's just me. And I'm like, man, I dig people like you because that's me.
Mm.
He's
Flirtatious on the street, pulling up.
I know,
I
right?
dig people like you. So I stopped my car. I got out.
Yeah, it was a bit awkward. I
punched myself in the lips.
No, but he took it well. He's like, I said I'm stalky. I just drove past and thought I'd get out and
know
stalk.
who you are, Cindy Lee.
Yeah, well, I told him about the festival. Unfortunately, he's not going to be here. And then I'm like, hey, and you know what else? You got to hook up with this guy, Steve. He's doing this. extreme. Like it was just
Pulse Expression
one
podcast.
of those.
Yeah, we're going to actually even do that.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then we're doing
It's great.
that.
That's
and
why
then,
I was
hey,
so
you got to meet
excited.
Drew.